I didn't feel the betrayal like a punch. It was quieter than that. It was the sound of a folder sliding across a dining table, right toward my daughter, like it belonged there. Like it was just another dish being passed around. And I remember thinking, clear as day, they're not asking for my blessing. They're asking for my daughter's signature. I'm Renee Jackson. I'm 58 years old. Widowed. Born and raised in the States. The kind of woman who keeps a spare key taped inside a kitchen drawer and a flashlight in every room because life teaches you things. I worked in education for most of my life. Admin work, budgets, policies, the kind of job where you learn to read the fine print before you smile. My daughter, Danielle. Danny, she's 32. Smart, gentle, and too willing to smooth things over when somebody else is being rough. She works HR. She believes people can talk things out. She believes if you just explain yourself the right way, folks will choose kindness. That's my baby. That's my problem. When her fiancé's mother put that folder on the table, she called it a unity agreement. She said it like it was sweet. Like a family prayer. Like it was something you sign and then everyone hugs and takes pictures. But I've lived too long to confuse sweetness with safety. Let me back up. When Danny told me she was engaged, she was glowing. That kind of glow you don't fake. She held her hand out in my kitchen, and I did what mothers do. I looked at the ring, I looked at her face, and I tried to read what wasn't being said. The ring was nice. Not huge. Not flashy. But respectable. Evan Whitmore stood there in my doorway with a careful smile, holding a little bakery box like he was auditioning for future son-in-law of the year. He had manners. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. He brought flowers. He complimented my cooking without chewing with his mouth open. From the outside, he looked fine. But I don't only watch the outside. I watched how he answered questions about work. He'd say things like, I'm figuring out my next step, and I've got options, but nothing solid. I watched how he talked about money. Not in numbers, never in numbers. He talked about money the way people talk about weather. Like it's something that happens to you. And I watched how his family moved around a room. The first time I met his parents, Marcia and Roy, they didn't come in with warmth. They came in with assessment. Like they were looking at my furniture, my neighborhood, my daughter, and deciding what everything was worth. Marcia hugged Danny a little too tight and said, "My goodness, you've done so well for yourself." And she emphasized the word yourself, like she was looking for what she could attach to. Roy shook my hand like he was testing grip strength. Then he said, "Family is everything," and looked right past me toward Danny like he was speaking to the future property line. I told myself not to be dramatic. I told myself, Renee, not everybody is your people. That doesn't make them dangerous. Still, I kept my eyes open. After my husband passed, I learned what it feels like to be one crisis away from losing your footing. I'm not a rich woman, but I'm steady. I pay my bills. I guard my credit like it's my blood pressure. I don't sign things without reading them. And I taught my daughter the same. At least I tried. When Danny and Evan started talking wedding, I made a decision that came from love and fear at the same time. I helped Danny buy a house. Not a mansion. Not a showpiece. A clean, renovated place in a quiet Maryland suburb, not far from DC. Small yard. Good light. Decent schools in the area, even though she doesn't have kids. A neighborhood with an HOA, which I know people love to hate, but it keeps things predictable. And at my age, predictability is peace. I wanted my daughter to start her married life with something stable under her feet. A place that was hers. A place that couldn't be yanked away if love turned into something else. Danny cried when she got the keys. She hugged me in that empty living room, and her voice cracked. "Mom, I didn't expect this." I said, "Don't make it heavy, Mija. Just take it. Build your life." She laughed at the Mija, because we're black, not Latina, but I live in a mixed neighborhood and I've collected little words over the years. Some folks collect mugs. I collect phrases. I thought that was the start of something good. Then Evan's family found out about the house. And things shifted. It wasn't a big scene at first. It was little questions. Too many, too soon. Marcia called Danny one afternoon and said, "So whose name is on the deed, sweetheart?" "Just curious." Danny told her, "It's in my name." Marcia laughed like it was adorable. "Oh, honey. Once you're married, it's not yours anymore. It's ours. That's what family means." Danny told me about it later, trying to sound casual. She didn't mean it like that. I didn't raise my voice. I just said, "Baby, grown women mean what they say." A couple days after that, Roy texted me, and asked where the property records were filed and if we had a copy of the title insurance. I stared at my phone for a long time before I answered. That's not normal curiosity. That's inventory. I told him, polite as can be, "Everything is handled. Danny is covered." He wrote back, "Good. We like to keep things organized." I didn't like the way my skin crawled when I read that. But I still tried to keep my mouth closed. Because when you're a mother of an adult daughter, you walk a line. You push too hard and she stops telling you things. You stay too quiet and you watch her walk into a mess alone. So I watched. I listened. I waited. Then came the dinner. Marcia invited us to their place to celebrate the engagement properly. She said she wanted to start fresh, since planning had gotten a little stressful. She kept calling it stress, like it was a shared feeling in the air, not something being applied on purpose. Their house was bigger than I expected, but not warm. Too clean. Too staged. The kind of home where the couch pillows look like they've never been sat on. You know what I mean. Marcia served roast chicken and green beans. Roy poured drinks. Evan played host like he was on rails, smiling, pulling chairs out, checking if Danny needed anything. He was attentive in a way that looked good, but felt managed. Like he had a script and he wasn't allowed to miss a line. Danny sat beside Evan, shoulders slightly tense, hands folded in her lap. Every time Roy spoke, Evan would glance at him first, just for a second, like he needed permission to breathe. I noticed. Danny didn't. Or maybe she did and didn't want to name it. Conversation started normal. Work. Weather. Traffic on the Beltway. Marcia asked Danny about her job, then said, "Oh, HR. That's perfect. You'll be good at keeping our family in line." She laughed like it was a joke. I didn't laugh. Roy asked me how long I'd been widowed. When I answered, he nodded and said, "A woman needs a strong family around her." Again, sounds nice, right? Except the way he said it felt like a door closing. Then Marcia brought out dessert. While she was gone, Roy leaned forward and said to Danny, "So after the wedding, you two will live in that house your mother helped with, right?" Danny said, "Yes. It's closer to my office, and..." Roy cut her off, smiling. "Good. Makes sense. A home should serve the family." Evan nodded along. Not one question. Not one, "What do we want?" Just agreement. Like the decision was already filed away. Marcia returned holding a neat folder, pale blue, with a clean label on the front. She set it down in the middle of the table with both hands, like she was presenting a gift. "Okay," she said, sweet as pie. "Before we get too deep into wedding details, we just want to do something that helps everyone feel secure." Danny blinked. "What is that?" Marcia smiled wider. "It's our family unity agreement. It's not a big deal. Just something we do. It keeps everything clear." Roy nodded, like this was a tradition as old as marriage itself. Evan didn't look surprised. That's what got me. If he knew about it, and he did, then it wasn't something they do. It was something he allowed to happen to my daughter. Marcia slid the folder toward Danny. It made that soft paper on wood sound that still makes my stomach tight when I think about it. Danny's hand hovered over it, uncertain. She looked at Evan. Evan gave her that calm, reasonable face. The one that says, "Don't make this a thing." "Babe," he said gently. "It's just paperwork. My parents like structure." Marcia leaned in. "Exactly. Nothing scary. It's basically saying we're all on the same team." I watched Danny's fingers touch the folder like it was warm. And I felt something rise in my chest. Not anger. Not yet. A kind of grief. Because I could see my daughter's old habit waking up. The habit of keeping peace even when peace costs her something. I reached out and put my hand on the folder before she could open it. My voice came out steady, almost soft. "I'll take a look at that." Marcia blinked. "Oh well, Danny can read it." "I'm sure she can," I said. "But I'm her mother, and I'm careful. I'll read it. Danny will read it. And if it's truly nothing, then we'll all be comfortable with that." Roy's smile tightened at the edges. "We're family, Renee." I met his eyes. "That's why we don't rush signatures." The table went quiet. Not a dramatic quiet. Just a heavy one. The kind that tells you you've stepped onto a floorboard that hides something underneath. Evan finally looked down at his plate. And right then I knew. Whatever was in that folder was not meant to protect my daughter. It was meant to claim her. I slid the folder back toward myself and stood up slowly, as if standing too fast might crack the moment open. "Thank you for dinner," I said. "We'll review this at home." Danny looked at me, confused and a little embarrassed. But under that embarrassment, I saw a flicker of relief she hadn't allowed herself to feel yet. Marcia's voice stayed polite, but her eyes changed. "Of course. Take your time." Roy didn't say anything. He just watched us like we were walking away with something he believed belonged to him. On the drive home, Danny stared out the window. After a while she whispered, "Do you think I'm overreacting?" I kept my hands on the wheel and my voice calm. "Baby, you're not reacting yet." I glanced at the folder sitting between us on the console like a silent passenger. "You're waking up." I didn't sleep much after that dinner. Not because anyone yelled. Not because there was some big fight. I've lived long enough to know the loud moments aren't always the dangerous ones. It was the quiet parts that kept me awake. The way Evan didn't look surprised when that folder came out. The way Roy watched us leave like we were walking off with his property. The way Marcia's smile stayed polite while her eyes sharpened. Back home, Danny went straight to her bedroom like she needed to peel the evening off her skin. I put the kettle on, because that's what I do when my mind won't settle. I stood there in my kitchen, listening to the soft click of the burner and the hum of the refrigerator, and I stared at that pale blue folder sitting on my counter like it had weight. The next morning, I made coffee and opened it. I didn't open it like a curious mother. I opened it like a woman who has signed enough forms in her life to know what a trap looks like when it's dressed up in pretty language. The first page was all warmth and righteousness. Words like unity, stability, shared future, family values. It read like something you'd frame in a hallway. Then I got to the middle. That's where the real language lived. There were paragraphs about asset consolidation and long-term family planning. There was a section about housing stability. And tucked in there, like a thorn hidden in a bouquet, was the phrase family trust. Not Danny's trust. Not a trust she controlled. Not even something neutral. It referenced a trust with oversight by designated family representatives, and the names written in the margin were Roy and Marcia Whitmore. I sat back in my chair and exhaled through my nose. Slow. Controlled. Like I was trying not to spill anything. Because I felt it then, plain and simple. They weren't asking Danny to join their family. They were asking her to hand over her footing. I kept reading, because the worst thing you can do is stop at the first warning sign. You keep going until you know exactly what you're dealing with. There were lines that sounded harmless if you read them fast. Air to reduce confusion and potential conflict. Air to ensure that the household serves the needs of the family unit. AITA to provide guidance in times of transition. Guidance. Transition. Household serving needs. That's not romance. That's management. And the biggest thing was what the document didn't say. It didn't say Dani would remain the sole decision-maker of her own home. It didn't say she could refuse changes. It didn't say she could back out without consequences. It was written the way some people write contracts, so that everything sounds reasonable until the moment you try to say no. I closed the folder and just sat there for a while with my coffee cooling in my hands. I didn't want to scare my daughter. But I wasn't going to play dumb either. So I called Diane. Diane Lewis has been my friend since college. We weren't the kind of friends who did brunch every weekend. We were the kind who could go months without talking and still pick up like nothing changed. She's a lawyer now. Civil, property, documents, all of it. And when Diane reads something, she reads the way surgeons cut, clean and exact. She answered on the second ring. "Renee," she said, already sounding like she knew I wouldn't call for small talk. "What's going on?" "I need you to look at something," I told her. "It's engagement related." There was a pause. A small one. Then, "Bring it." Diane's office was in a plain building with beige walls and a little sign out front. Nothing fancy. The waiting room smelled like paper and lemon cleaner. The receptionist smiled at me like she'd seen my kind before. Women who aren't here for drama, they're here because something's wrong. Diane met me at her door and hugged me quickly. "You look tired," she said. "I am," I answered. "And I'm not even the bride." We sat in her office, and I slid the folder across her desk. Funny how a thing can look harmless in a different room, under different lighting. It looked like a school handout. A PTA flyer. Diane opened it, scanned the first page, then flipped faster. Her eyes moved in a steady line, no emotion. Then she stopped. Right on the trust section. Her mouth tightened just slightly. That was the only tell I needed. "This," she said, tapping the page with one fingernail, "is not a unity agreement." I didn't say anything. I just waited, because Diane doesn't talk until she's sure. "They're positioning it like a family tradition," she continued. "But it's really a control document. If your daughter signs this, she's agreeing to let family representatives influence, or outright direct, housing decisions." "Meaning what?" I asked, even though I already knew the answer. Diane looked up at me. "Meaning she'll be pressured to put that property into a trust structure she doesn't control. Meaning renovations, occupants, who has access, how the home is used. It becomes a group decision. And group decisions in families like this usually mean one thing." I let out a dry breath. "The loudest person wins." Diane nodded. "Exactly." I stared at the paper, and for a second I felt something that surprised me. Shame. Not for myself. For Dani. Because I could picture her signing it, smiling, trying to be a good future wife, and not realizing she just handed strangers the wheel. Diane flipped to another page. "And see this clause?" She pointed. "If there's a dispute, it goes to a family resolution process before anything else. Translation, they handle it internally with pressure, before your daughter can get outside help." "So they can corner her," I said quietly. Diane didn't soften it. "Yes." I swallowed. "Could they take the house?" Diane leaned back. "If her name stays on the deed and she doesn't sign anything else, no. But people don't come with documents like this unless they plan to keep pushing. They're trying to create a pathway. One signature at a time." I nodded, slow. That part landed in my bones. Pathway. That's what it was. Diane closed the folder. "Do not let her sign this. And you need to tell her why, plainly." I hesitated. "She's in love. She'll think I'm attacking her relationship." Diane looked at me for a moment, then softened her voice just a notch. "Renee, you're not attacking love. You're protecting your daughter's legal reality. Those are different things." I took the folder back, my hands steadier than my heart. What do I do next? Diane gave me a short list, like she always does when something is spinning. 1. Keep everything in writing. 2. Don't argue by phone if you can help it. 3. Don't sign anything, without review. 4. Check the deed and title documents. Confirm exactly who owns what. 5. If they escalate, document the escalation. Then she added, and Renee, trust your gut. You saw this early for a reason. When I got home, Danny was sitting at my kitchen table with her laptop open, pretending to work. Her hair was pulled back, and she had that tired look she gets when she's trying to be mature about something that still hurts. I set the folder down in front of her. She didn't open it. She just stared at it. Mom, she said softly, I don't want to think the worst. I know, I told her. I pulled out a chair and Saturday. But baby, you don't have to think the worst to see what's real. I explained it in plain English. No legal jargon. No dramatic speeches. Just the facts. The trust language, the oversight, the dispute clause. I told her what Diane said. I told her what it could mean if she signed without thinking. Danny listened, and her face changed in small steps. Confusion first. Then discomfort. Then that quiet anger she rarely lets herself feel. I didn't know, she whispered. I believe you, I said. But Evan did. She flinched at that. Like the name itself hurt. Her phone buzzed, and she glanced at it. A text from Evan. Evan. Hey babe. Hope your mom isn't overthinking that stuff. It's just my parents being traditional. Love you. Danny stared at the message longer than she needed to. He makes it sound like I'm the problem, she said. That's what people do when they're trying to keep you from asking questions, I replied. Danny shut her eyes. Just for a second. I have a meeting in an hour. I can't deal with this today. I nodded. Go to work. Be steady. We'll deal with it one step at a time. She left, and the house went quiet again. I tried to do chores, but my mind kept circling. So I did the thing I always do when I feel uneasy. I went to check on what mattered. I drove to Danny's house. Not to snoop. Not to interfere. Just to make sure everything was where it was supposed to be. When I turned onto her street, I knew something was wrong before I even parked. There were trucks. White vans with ladders. A trailer. 2 men carrying long boards. The kind of scene you see when someone is renovating, not when someone is settling into a new home. I pulled over fast, my heart thudding in that dull, heavy way it does when you're bracing for disappointment. Then I saw the front door. It was open. Wide open. And I could hear it, clear as day, the whining sound of a drill and the sharp knock of tools inside. For a second, I just sat there gripping the steering wheel, staring like my eyes could make it untrue. Danny hadn't mentioned any renovation. She hadn't asked me for help finding a contractor. She hadn't even picked paint colors yet. I got out of my car and walked up the driveway, slow but firm. My shoes sounded loud on the concrete. I didn't like that. I didn't like feeling like I was approaching my own child's home like it was a crime scene. Inside, the air smelled like sawdust and rubber. There were plastic sheets draped over parts of the hallway. Someone had laid down protective paper, like they were planning to stay a while. And standing in Danny's kitchen, her kitchen, was Derek Whitmore, holding a clipboard like he owned the place. Kelsey stood near the counter with her phone up, filming. She was smiling like this was content. Derek looked up and grinned. Oh, hey, Ms. Jackson. I didn't answer the greeting. I looked past him. 2 contractors were measuring the back wall. One had a marker behind his ear. Another was crouched by the cabinets, tapping something like he was deciding what to remove. What is this? I asked. Derek's grin didn't fade. Just getting ahead of things. Evan said you guys would appreciate it. My throat went tight. Where is Danny? At work. Kelsey chirped, like it was nothing. We didn't want to bother her. Brides are so stressed. I turned my eyes to her phone. Stop filming. Kelsey blinked. Oh, it's just 4. Stop filming, I repeated, and my voice came out low and flat. That voice I used on parents when they were getting out of line at school meetings. The one that says I'm not asking twice. Kelsey lowered the phone, annoyed. Derek tapped his clipboard. Look, we're not doing anything crazy. Just improvements. Marcia thinks the kitchen layout is inefficient. I stared at him. Marcia doesn't live here. Derek shrugged. Not yet. That little not yet hit me like ice water. I stepped forward and addressed the nearest contractor. Sir. Who hired you? He looked at Derek, then back at me. We were contacted by Mr. Whitmore's family. We have an authorization email and a deposit. From who? I asked. He hesitated. Evan. And someone named Derek handled the schedule. My stomach sank, slow and heavy. I turned back to Derek. You brought contractors into my daughter's home without her permission. Derek lifted his hands like I was being dramatic. It's going to be Evan's home too. We're family. I heard myself inhale. I heard the drill whine again in the background. I saw the corner of a cardboard box near the entryway, hardware store branding, the kind that holds door fixtures. And in that moment, I understood something I didn't want to understand. This wasn't just help. This was a move. A planned, physical move into her space, before she even agreed to it. I pulled my phone out and called Danny. She answered on the second ring, breathless. Mom. I'm in a meeting. Baby, I said, keeping my voice steady because panic helps nobody. Are you expecting contractors at your house right now? There was a pause. Then her voice sharpened. What? I'm standing in your kitchen, I told her. And Derek is here. And there are men measuring your cabinets. I heard her chair scrape. Mom, I didn't authorize anything. I know, I said. But they're here anyway. On the other side of the room, Derek crossed his arms like he was waiting for me to be put in my place. I looked at him, then at the open front door, then at that box of door hardware. And I thought, with a cold certainty that made my hands feel numb, if I hadn't come today, they might have changed the locks by tonight. Danny stayed on the phone with me while I stood in her kitchen, staring at Derek like he was a stain that wouldn't come out. What do you mean they're measuring the cabinets? She said, voice tight and high. Mom, I didn't tell anyone to. I know, baby, I said, keeping my tone low. Just breathe. I'm handling what's in front of me. You focus on getting here safe. Behind me, the drill whined again. That sound, sharp and steady, felt wrong inside a house that still smelled like fresh paint and new beginnings. Derek's face did that thing where it tried to stay friendly while turning hard underneath. You're making this bigger than it is, he said. I looked at him. No. You did that when you brought strangers into my daughter's home. Kelsey shifted near the counter, hugging her phone to her chest like she wanted to keep filming but knew better. She rolled her eyes, like I was some uptight older lady ruining their fun. I turned to the contractor closest to me. He looked like a decent man, middle-aged, work boots, tired eyes, the kind of person just trying to do his job. Sir, I said, I need you to stop for a moment. He straightened slowly, wiping his hands on his jeans. Ma'am, we've got a schedule. I understand, I replied. But this is not a scheduling issue. This is a permission issue. He glanced at Derek. Derek lifted his clipboard like it was a shield. We're family. It's fine. I held my hand up. Not aggressive, just firm. It's not fine. And I'm not discussing family with a clipboard. I'm asking who authorized you to enter this property and begin work. The contractor hesitated, then said, We received an email and a deposit. We were told the owner was aware. Show me, I said. Derek scoffed. Seriously? Yes, I said. Seriously. The contractor walked over to his van, came back with a folder of his own, paperwork, invoice, printed email. He handed it to me with the caution of someone who could feel the temperature changing. The email was from Evan. Not Danny. Evan's name. Evan's phrasing. Evan telling them to go ahead and start, saying access would be arranged, that we're moving fast with wedding timelines. I didn't read it out loud. I didn't need to. I just stood there and let it settle in my chest. Danny's voice came through my phone again, quieter now. Mom. Is it Evan? I closed my eyes for a second. Yes. There was silence on the line. Heavy, like when you've dropped something glass and you're waiting to hear whether it shattered. Okay, Danny finally said. Her voice went flat in a way that made me nervous. Okay. I'm leaving now. Don't drive angry, I told her gently. I won't, she said. I'm not angry. I don't even know what I am. I took a breath and looked at Derek again. Tell your crew to stop. Everybody puts tools down until the homeowner arrives. Derek's jaw tightened. You can't just. I can, I said. And you'll see that I can. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't threaten. I just stepped closer to the contractor and said, if you continue work without the homeowner's consent, you're putting your company at risk. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying it because it's true. The contractor's shoulders sagged. He looked relieved to have a reason to pause. He turned and spoke to his guys, quick and low. The drill stopped. The house went quiet in a way that felt almost loud. Derek stared at me like he wanted me to blink first. You think you're protecting her, he said. But you're going to ruin her relationship. I didn't flinch. If a relationship can't survive the word consent, it deserves to be ruined. Kelsey made a little sound in her throat, like she wanted to laugh but couldn't find the courage. You're dramatic, she muttered. I glanced at the open front door, at the cardboard box near the entryway. Door hardware, shiny and new. I kept my voice steady. No, I said. I'm experienced. We waited. It took Danny about 25 minutes to get there. I know because I watched the sun shift on the living room floor. I watched the contractor men stand awkwardly by their van. I watched Derek pace like a man who thought stubbornness counted as authority. When Danny's car finally pulled up, she got out fast. Her work lanyard was still around her neck, like she'd forgotten to take it off. Her face was pale, and her eyes were wide in that way that tells you someone's trying to keep it together by force. She walked straight inside and stopped in the doorway of her kitchen. Her home. Her cabinets. Strangers with measuring tape. Danny didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just stared at Derek. Why are you here? She asked, voice low. Derek lifted his hands. We were helping. Evan said. I didn't ask Evan. Danny cut in. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask anybody. Kelsey stepped forward, trying that soft voice women use when they're about to say something cruel but want it to sound like concern. Danny, babe, you're so stressed. We're trying to take things off your plate. Danny turned to her slowly. Get out of my house. Kelsey blinked. Excuse me. You heard me, Danny said. Her voice didn't shake. That was new. Get out. All of you. Now. Derek's face went red. You can't talk to us like that. I can talk to anyone any way I want in my own home, Danny said. Especially when they're trespassing. The word trespassing landed like a slap. Derek looked at me like I'd fed her that line. Like I was a puppeteer pulling strings. But Danny wasn't a puppet. Not in that moment. The contractors, bless them, didn't argue. They started gathering tools quietly, avoiding eye contact like they didn't want to be part of the family war. Derek lingered, trying to reclaim the room with sheer attitude. We're family, he insisted again, like saying it enough times would make it legal. Danny pointed toward the door. Family doesn't show up with contractors and lock hardware. Family asks. Kelsey's mouth tightened. Evan's going to be furious. Danny's eyes didn't move. Then he can be furious outside. Derek finally grabbed his clipboard and walked out, muttering under his breath. Kelsey followed, shooting me a look like I'd just stolen something from her. When the last truck pulled away, Danny stood in the kitchen with her arms wrapped around herself. For a second, she looked small again. Not a grown woman with a career. Just my girl, trying to understand how her life got handled behind her back. I stepped close and touched her shoulder. You did good. Danny swallowed hard. Mom. He was going to change my kitchen. Without me. I nodded. It wasn't about the kitchen. Her eyes lifted to mine. I know. That evening, Evan called. Not texted. Called. Because when people think they might lose control, they switch to the medium where tone can do more damage. Danny put him on speaker. She sat at her dining table with a glass of water in front of her, like she needed something steady to look at. I sat across from her, hands folded, quiet. Evan's voice came through warm at first. Babe, what happened today? Derek said you guys freaked out. Danny stared at the wood grain on the table. You sent contractors to my house. I was trying to help, Evan said quickly, too quickly. I thought you'd appreciate it. You've been overwhelmed. I didn't consent, Danny said. There was a pause, just long enough for me to hear him choosing words. Why are you saying it like that? He asked, voice shifting into wounded. Consent. Danny, come on. We're getting married. I felt Danny's fingers tighten around her glass. Marriage isn't a blank check, she said. And my house isn't a group project. Evan sighed like she was being unreasonable. It's going to be our home. Our future. You're making this about control. Danny finally looked up, eyes sharp. No. Evan. You're making it about control. You did something behind my back, and now you want me to feel guilty for noticing. Silence again. Then Evan softened his voice, like he was stepping back into the role of patient, understanding fiancé. Okay. I'm sorry. I should have run it by you. My parents have been on me. Everyone's stressed. Let's reset, all right? Danny didn't answer right away. Evan continued. Listen, there are a few wedding things we should sign anyway. Vendor stuff. Insurance. Boring paperwork. I can bring it by tomorrow so we can just get it off your plate. I saw Danny's face flicker. She wanted things to be normal. She wanted to believe this was fixable with better communication. Fine, she said quietly. Bring it. After the call ended, Danny sat very still. Then she whispered, do you think he's going to apologize in person or just try to move past it? I didn't jump in with fire. I chose truth. I said slowly, he's going to try to get you to sign something. Danny frowned. You think everything is paperwork now? I looked at her gently. Because everything has been paperwork. The next day, Evan showed up with a thick envelope and a smile that looked practiced. He wore the nice version of himself, the one with calm eyes, soft tone, little jokes. He held the papers like a peace offering. Danny stood in her doorway, arms crossed. Evan leaned in to kiss her cheek. She turned her face slightly so his lips landed on air. He blinked, just once, then smiled again. Okay. We're doing boundaries. I respect that. He set the envelope on the table. So, just basic stuff. Danny picked up the top page. She scanned it. Her eyes moved quickly. HR eyes, trained eyes. She didn't understand everything, but she understood enough to feel uneasy. I'm not signing anything today, she said. Evan's smile tightened. Danny, come on. We can't keep delaying. Vendors need confirmation. I'll confirm after I review, she replied. Evan's voice dipped into frustration. Is this your mom talking? Danny's face went still. No. This is me. Evan exhaled through his nose and leaned back in his chair like he was tired of being the only adult in the room. Fine. Take it. Review it. Whatever. He left the envelope and walked out, shoulders stiff. When his car pulled away, Danny sank into the chair. I hate this, she admitted. I hate feeling like I have to defend myself for reading. I reached over and squeezed her hand. Baby, don't ever apologize for reading. Later that afternoon, Gloria came by with a foil pan of baked ziti because she is that kind of neighbor. She stepped into Danny's kitchen, looked around, then said quietly, So, y'all still got your locks the same? Danny gave a small, tired laugh. Yes, Gloria. Gloria nodded, then glanced at the envelope on the table. What's that? Wedding paperwork, Danny said, but her tone was flat, unconvinced even as she said it. Gloria lifted the top page just enough to see the header. And her whole face changed. She didn't get dramatic. She didn't gasp. She just went very still, then set the page back down like it might bite. Sweetheart, Gloria said softly, that's not wedding paperwork. Danny's throat worked. What do you mean? Gloria looked at me. Then back at Danny. That's a bank header, she said. I've seen that exact kind of page before. My sister signed one, just to help a man she loved. Took her 10 years to climb out. Danny's eyes widened. No, Evan said. Baby, I said, already reaching for my coat. We're going to Diane. Right now. Danny grabbed the envelope with shaking hands. She stood up so fast her chair scraped the floor. We drove to Diane's office in near silence. The air in the car felt thick. Danny stared straight ahead like if she looked at me, she might fall apart. Diane met us at the door, took one look at Danny's face, and said, Sit down. She opened the envelope, scanned the first page, and her expression tightened the way it had tightened yesterday. Then she turned the paper so Danny could see the line in plain sight. Danielle, Diane said gently, this isn't vendor paperwork. Danny's voice barely came out. What is it? Diane tapped the page once with her finger. This, she said, is a co-signer agreement. A loan document. If you sign it, you're legally responsible for someone else's debt. Danny stared at the words like they were in a foreign language. And I felt my stomach drop. Not because I was surprised, but because, deep down, I'd been afraid I wouldn't be. Danny didn't cry right away. That was the part that scared me. She just sat there in Diane's office with her hands folded so tight her knuckles went pale, staring at the loan document like it had crawled out of the envelope by itself. Her breathing got shallow, like she was trying not to make a sound. Diane kept her voice calm. She's good at that. Steady tone, clean words. This is a co-signer agreement, Diane repeated, slower. It means if the primary borrower doesn't pay, the lender comes to you. Not later. Not, maybe. You become responsible. Danny blinked hard. But, for who? Diane flipped a page and pointed to a name line. Derek Whitmore. And there's another section here that references a secondary party. Likely his spouse. Kelsey. Danny's mouth opened, but nothing came out at first. Then she whispered, Why would Evan? Her voice cracked on his name. Not dramatic. Just a clean break, like a thread snapping. Diane didn't attack Evan outright. She didn't need to. She just laid the pieces on the table like evidence. The language is dressed up, she said. But it's clear enough. They're trying to use your credit and your income to secure a loan. If you sign it, you're tied to Derek's debt. And if the marriage happens, that entanglement gets harder to undo. Danny finally looked at me, eyes glossy but not spilling. Mom. He brought this to my house. He sat at my table. I reached across Diane's desk and took Danny's hand. I know. Danny's fingers trembled against mine. I feel stupid. No. I said immediately. Don't you do that. You're not stupid. You're trusting. That's different. Diane slid a legal pad toward Danny and wrote 3 short words, large and simple. Do not sign. Then she wrote another. Document everything. Danny stared at the pad like it was both comfort and tragedy. Diane leaned forward slightly. Danny, you have choices. But the first choice is easy. You don't sign a thing. You don't let anyone rush you. And you do not meet this with emotion. You meet it with clarity. We left Diane's office with the envelope sealed back up, like we were carrying something contaminated. In the car, Danny sat with her seatbelt on and her purse in her lap, not moving. Outside the windows, the world kept going. People walking, traffic lights changing, normal life. That always feels cruel when your own world has shifted. After a while, Danny said, so quietly I almost missed it. He was going to put me on his brother's loan, and then put my house in his parents' trust. I kept my eyes on the road. That's what it looks like. She swallowed. So the house becomes theirs, and the debt becomes mine. I didn't answer right away. The truth was heavy. If I spoke too quickly, it would sound like I was eager to say, I told you so, and I wasn't. I wanted to hold her, not win. Finally I said, baby, you don't have to solve the whole future today. You just have to protect yourself today. When we got back to Danny's place, the first thing she did was walk to her front door and check the lock. Then she checked the back door. Then she walked through the house like she'd never been in it before, like she was looking for hidden cameras. It broke my heart, watching my daughter feel unsafe in the home that was supposed to be her peace. Her phone buzzed. Evan. Danny didn't answer. It buzzed again. Then again. She stared at it like it was something venomous. I can't talk to him, she said. If I hear his voice, I'm going to. I don't even know. I nodded. Then don't. We're not doing anything on his timeline. But Evan didn't stay on his timeline for long. 2 hours later, my phone rang. Marsha. I let it ring once, twice, 3 times. I thought about ignoring it. But I've learned that when people are bold, silence is an invitation. So I answered. Renee, Marsha said, voice sugar sweet. I heard there was a little confusion about some paperwork. Confusion. Like this was a misunderstanding about restaurant reservations, not an attempt to tie my daughter to a loan. I kept my voice polite. There's no confusion. A pause. Then Marsha sighed, like she was the patient one. Well, we don't want this to spiral. Roy and I thought it would be best if we all sat down, like family, and cleared the air. I could hear other sounds in the background. A TV. Someone talking. Activity. Like she'd already gathered an audience. I asked, why can't this be cleared over the phone? Oh, because tone can get misread, she said quickly. And we don't want Danielle feeling attacked. We want her feeling supported. Supported. Another one of those words people use when they mean cornered. I said, Danny isn't feeling supported by your family right now. Marsha's sweetness thinned. Renee, we're not the enemy. We're just trying to build a strong foundation. You know how marriages fail these days, lack of unity. I took a slow breath. We're not coming to be lectured. Marsha's voice sharpened. Just a touch. No one is lecturing. We're inviting you to dinner. Like adults. I knew what she was doing. Trying to frame me as unreasonable before I even arrived. I glanced at Danny, who was sitting on the couch, curled up with a blanket around her shoulders, watching me with tired eyes. The kind of tired that comes from heartbreak, not sleep. I covered the phone and asked softly, do you want to go? Danny hesitated. Then she nodded once. Yes. I want to look them in the face. So I went back to the phone. We'll come. Tonight. Marsha's sweetness returned instantly. Wonderful. 7 o'clock. And Renee, bring that lovely smile of yours. Let's not make this unpleasant. When I hung up, Gloria knocked on Danny's door. Gloria had a gift for showing up right when you needed a second adult in the room. She came in holding a bag of oranges and a container of cookies like she was just doing neighborly things, but her eyes were sharp. "I saw those Whitmore people driving through again," she said. Slow. Like they were checking. Danny's face tightened. "They called. They want dinner." Gloria's eyebrows lifted. Hum. "And let me guess, they called it clearing the air." Danny gave a small, humorless laugh. "How did you know?" "Because I'm 61, Gloria said. "And I've met enough snakes to recognize the way they apologize." Gloria looked at me. "You want me there?" I hesitated. Part of me wanted to keep it simple. Just us, just the two families. But another part of me thought, if they're creating a scene, having a calm witness never hurts. "You don't have to," I told her. Gloria nodded. "I didn't ask if I had to." Danny looked surprised. Gloria waved her off. "Baby, I'm not coming to fight. I'm coming to sit. And sometimes that's the loudest thing you can do." So at 7, we drove to Roy and Marsha's house. Me, Danny, and Gloria behind us in her own car. Danny wore a simple sweater and jeans. No makeup. No performance. She looked like a woman walking into a hard truth. When we arrived, Marsha greeted us at the door with that wide smile again, arms out like a church lady. "Oh, Danielle," she cooed. "Look at you. You've been so stressed. Come here." Danny didn't move in for the hug. She stepped inside, eyes scanning. And that's when I saw it, extra shoes by the entryway. More than 2. More than Evan's. There were people already here. My stomach tightened. In the living room, I saw a couple I didn't recognize sitting on the sofa. A younger woman, maybe late 20s, and an older man with a thick mustache. They looked up at us with curious smiles, the kind of smiles people wear when they've been told they're about to witness something. Marsha waved her hand. "Oh, these are just family. Don't mind them. Just family." Like my daughter's humiliation was a family event. We walked into the dining room, and I immediately noticed 2 phones propped up, one on the counter near the kitchen, another angled on a shelf facing the table. Not hidden. Not obvious enough to call out without sounding paranoid. Just placed. Gloria caught my eye and tilted her chin toward the phones. She didn't say anything, but her look said, "See?" Evan was there, sitting at the table. He stood when Danny entered, trying to look concerned. "Babe, I'm glad you came." Danny didn't sit right away. She put her purse down carefully, then looked at him. "Why did you bring me a loan document?" she asked, plain as day. Evan blinked like she'd slapped him with words. "What?" "Danny." "Don't," she said. Not loud. Just firm. "Don't act confused." Roy cleared his throat, deep and theatrical. "Now, Danielle, let's not accuse people. We're here to talk respectfully." I sat down slowly, because I wanted control of my body. I didn't want my anger moving faster than my mind. Marsha took her seat, hands folded like she was leading a prayer circle. "Sweetheart, no one was trying to trick you. It's just, in families, we help each other. That's what marriage is." Danny's jaw tightened. Helping is asking. Helping is explaining. Helping is not handing someone a paper and saying, "Just sign." Marsha's eyes flicked toward the living room for a second, like she remembered her audience. Then she did something that made my blood go cold. She sighed, turned her head slightly, and said in a gentle, wounded voice, "I just don't understand why your mother is filling your head with fear." There it was. The setup. The script. She wasn't going to address the document. She was going to make me the villain. Roy nodded along. "Renee, with respect, you're overstepping. Danielle is about to be a wife. She needs to learn unity." Evan looked down like he was suffering. Like he was trapped between 2 women and just wanted peace. And Danny, My sweet, peacemaking daughter stood there with her hands at her sides, trying to keep herself from shaking. Marcia leaned forward, voice soft and coaxing, and she said the line I think she'd been saving all day. "Danielle," she murmured, "why don't you just tell your mother to stop?" The room went quiet. Even the people in the living room seemed to lean in. I could feel the phones watching us. I looked at my daughter's face and saw the war happening inside her. Love and disappointment, habit and awakening, the old Danny and the new Danny. And I knew that whatever she said next would decide the rest of her life. For a second, nobody moved. Marcia's question hung in the air like a bad smell you can't pretend you don't notice. "Danielle," she'd said, soft and sweet, "why don't you just tell your mother to stop?" I could feel my heart beating in my throat, not because I was scared of Marcia, but because I knew what she was doing. She wasn't asking for peace. She was asking my daughter to pick a side, publicly, with an audience sitting in the living room and 2 phones propped up like silent judges. I didn't turn my head toward those phones again. I already knew they were there. I could almost feel the camera angle, like a bright light on your face. I've sat in enough meetings, enough school board hearings, enough parent conferences to recognize a staged moment when I'm in one. Danny stood there at the edge of the table, her shoulders tight, her hands hanging by her sides like she didn't know what to do with them. She looked at Marcia, then at Roy, then at Evan. Evan sat very still. His hands were folded in front of him, and he was looking down at the table like he was trying to disappear. But I didn't miss the way he peeked up for half a second, just to see what Danny was going to do. Like he was waiting for the outcome of a test. Gloria shifted in her chair beside me. She didn't speak, but she leaned forward slightly, like she was ready to stand up if the room got uglier. Roy cleared his throat again, slow and loud. "We're not trying to disrespect anyone," he said. "But there has to be order. Danielle is marrying into this family." Marcia gave a little sigh, like she was exhausted from being so generous. "I'm just saying, a marriage can't work if her mother is constantly feeding her fear." That word again, fear. Like my caution was irrational. Like my experience was a sickness. I could have cut in right there. I could have defended myself. I had plenty to say. But I didn't. Because the whole point of Marcia's line was to pull me into the center of the scene. If I reacted, they'd get exactly what they wanted. Angry mother, sweet family, poor Evan stuck in the middle. So I stayed quiet. I just watched my daughter. Danny's throat worked like she was swallowing something sharp. She took a slow breath in through her nose, then out through her mouth. The kind of breath you take when you're trying not to cry, not to shout, not to shake. When she finally spoke, her voice was low, steady, and tired. "Don't do that," she said. Marcia blinked, still smiling. "Don't do what, sweetheart?" Danny didn't look at me when she answered. She kept her eyes on Marcia. "Don't make my mother the villain," she said. "And don't ask me to perform for you." That last word, perform, hit the room like a dropped plate. Marcia's smile froze just slightly. Roy's brows drew together. Evan lifted his head, surprised. Danny's gaze flicked briefly toward the living room, toward the people sitting on the couch, toward their curious faces, toward the phones. Then she looked back at the table and said, clear as day, "Everyone, stop. Not, Mom, stop. Not, can we all calm down? Everyone, stop." The room went dead quiet. Even the folks in the living room stopped shifting around. I could almost hear the air conditioning clicking on and off. Danny continued, speaking slowly, like she wanted every word to land in the right place. "I came here tonight because you said you wanted to clear the air," she said. "But this isn't clearing the air. This is you trying to corner me." Roy scoffed. "Corner you? We invited you to dinner." Danny nodded once. "You invited me to dinner and brought an audience. And you set up phones." Marcia's eyes widened like she couldn't believe Danny would say that out loud. "Oh, honey, those are just..." "Turn them off," Danny said. Not angry. Not pleading. Just a simple instruction. Marcia looked at Evan like he should handle it. Evan stared at the phones, then at Danny, then away again. He didn't move. Gloria leaned forward and spoke for the first time, calm as a Sunday morning. She said, "Turn them off," Gloria repeated. "If it's nothing, turn them off." Marcia's cheeks flushed. She stood up quickly, walked to the counter, and picked up the phone as if she was moving it, instead of admitting anything. She set it face down. She didn't touch the other one. Danny pointed at the shelf. "That one too." Roy's voice rose a notch. "This is ridiculous." Danny didn't flinch. "If it's ridiculous, it should be easy to stop." Marcia walked over and snatched the second phone like it offended her. She shoved it into a drawer with a sharp motion that made the silverware inside clink. Then she turned back, breath a little fast, like she was the one being attacked. "There," she snapped. "Happy?" Danny's expression didn't soften. "No." That one word said everything. Marcia's mouth opened, closed, opened again. "Danielle, you're acting like we did something wrong when all we ever did was try to welcome you." Danny's eyes narrowed. Welcoming me would have sounded like, "How do you want your home to feel?" Not "Sign this." And not, "Let's put your house in our trust." Roy leaned forward, palms on the table. "A marriage shares everything." Danny turned toward him, her voice still steady. "Sharing is not the same as surrendering." Evan finally spoke, soft and strained. "Babe, you're misunderstanding." Danny cut him off without raising her voice. "No, Evan. I'm understanding. For the first time." That's when I saw it. That first real crack in Evan's mask. Not a full reveal, not a villain's speech. Just a quick flash, his jaw tightening, his eyes sharpening, a tiny hardening in his face that said he was angry he'd lost control of the narrative. He tried to smooth it back immediately, but I'd already seen it. Marcia recovered fast, because women like her always do. She put her hand on her chest and let her eyes glisten like she could cry on command. "After everything we've done to include you," she said, voice quivering. "This is how you treat us. Like we're criminals." Danny's expression didn't change. "I'm treating you like adults responsible for your actions." Roy scoffed again. "You're being disrespectful." Danny nodded. "Maybe. Or maybe you're just not used to hearing no." There was a small sound from the living room, one of the relatives shifting, uncomfortable. That's what people do when they realize they've been invited to a show and now the script is broken. Marcia's voice turned sharper. "You think you're too good for us because your mother helped you buy a house." Danny's eyes hardened. "Don't talk about my mother like that." "Oh," Marcia said, lifting her chin. "Then whose voice is this? Yours or hers?" Danny didn't look at me. She didn't need to. "It's mine," she said. "And here's my voice saying this. I'm not signing anything. Not today. Not ever. And I'm not going to be guilted into taking on Derek's debt, or putting my home under your control." Derek's name hadn't been spoken since we arrived, but it didn't need to be. It was the truth in the middle of the table, whether they acknowledged it or not. Marcia's eyes widened in anger. "Debt? What debt? That is such an ugly accusation." Danny held her gaze. "Then explain why I was handed a co-signer agreement." Silence. A real one this time. Roy's eyes flicked to Evan. Marcia's lips pressed together. Evan stared down again, but now it didn't look like peacekeeping. It looked like avoidance. Gloria let out a slow breath beside me. The kind of breath you take when you've been waiting for someone to say the truth out loud. Danny continued, voice quieter now, but even more firm. "I'm not here to argue," she said. "I'm here to make something clear. My home is my home. My credit is my credit. My signature is mine." Evan's voice came out sharper than before. "Danny, you're making it sound like we're using you." Danny looked at him, and her eyes were so tired it almost hurt to see. "You are using me," she said simply. "You sent contractors to my house. You brought me a loan document. And you sat there while your parents tried to make me turn on my mother." Evan opened his mouth, then closed it. Marcia jumped in, quick and loud, to fill the space before Danny could keep going. "This is what I mean," Marcia said, voice rising. "This attitude. This selfishness. A wife doesn't speak to her husband like that." Danny's face didn't move. "I'm not your wife." That line landed. I saw Roy stiffen. I saw Marcia blink hard. I saw Evan's head snap up, panic flashing across his face. Gloria shifted again, ready. Danny didn't yell. She didn't throw anything. She just picked up her purse from the floor beside her chair and held it in her hand like an anchor. "I'm leaving," she said. "This isn't a conversation. This is a setup." Marcia stood abruptly. "You can't just walk out. That's childish." Danny turned toward the door. "Watch me." Evan pushed his chair back and stood too fast, his voice pleading. "Danny, wait, please. Don't do this in front of everybody." Danny paused, and for 1 second I thought she might soften. Not because she was wrong, but because she hated public discomfort. Then she looked at him and said something that made my chest ache with pride. "You made it public," she said. "Not me." She walked toward the entryway. I stood up with her. Gloria stood too, calm and steady like a wall. Roy followed us halfway, voice booming now. "This is a mistake. You're letting your mother destroy your future." Danny stopped at the doorway and turned back, just enough to be heard. "My mother isn't destroying anything," she said. "She's the only person in this room who tried to protect me." Marcia's face twisted, and her voice went cold. "Then let her protect you when you end up alone." Danny held Marcia's stare for a moment, not flinching, not blinking. Then she said quietly, "I'd rather be alone than owned." And we left. Outside, the night air hit my face like a reset. Cold, clean, real. The porch light behind us felt harsh, like a spotlight we'd finally stepped out of. Danny walked down the driveway with quick steps, like she needed distance fast. I followed, my own heart still pounding but steady. When we reached the car, Danny's hands shook as she unlocked it. She didn't cry yet. She just sat in the driver's seat, gripping the steering wheel so tight her shoulders lifted. Gloria leaned into the open window and said softly, "You did good, baby." Danny nodded once. "I feel sick." I got in the passenger seat. I didn't lecture. I didn't say, "I told you." I just sat with her. Her phone buzzed immediately. "Evan." A text. Danny stared at the screen, and her breathing got shallow again. I didn't ask to see it. I didn't have to. Danny's face told me what it said before her mouth did. "He wrote," she whispered. "You embarrassed me." She swallowed hard, eyes shining now. And that, right there, was another small reveal. Not a loud one. Not a dramatic twist. But a truth. Because a man who loves you doesn't lead with his embarrassment when you're trying to protect your life. Danny stared at the message, then locked her phone without replying. She put both hands back on the wheel, took a long breath, and said, almost to herself, "I don't think I know who he is." I looked at my daughter, my grown daughter, sitting in the dark with her own house, her own job, her own life, and still having to fight to keep it from people who claim to be family. And I thought, this is only the beginning. The morning after that dinner, my daughter moved like she was underwater. Not dramatic. Not falling apart on the floor. Just slower than usual. Like her body was doing normal things, making coffee, putting on shoes, but her mind was still sitting at that table, hearing Marcia's voice and Evan's text. "You embarrassed me." That one sentence stayed in the air between us like smoke. Because it wasn't "Are you okay?" It wasn't "I'm sorry." It wasn't even "Let's talk." It was about him. About how he looked. Danny came into my kitchen wearing the same sweater from the night before. Hair pulled back, no makeup, eyes puffy like she hadn't cried but she hadn't slept either. "You want eggs?" I asked. She shook her head. "I can't eat." I didn't push. I poured her tea anyway. I slid it across the counter and said, "Sip. Just to keep something in you." She wrapped her hands around the mug like it was warm enough to hold her together. Her phone buzzed. She didn't pick it up. It buzzed again. Then again. I didn't need to ask who it was. Danny stared at the screen and whispered, "He's calling like nothing happened." I kept my voice soft. "You don't owe anyone access to you." She nodded, but her eyes looked distant. I've seen that look in kids at school, when they're trying to decide whether a situation is bad enough to tell the truth about it. People who've been trained to be nice always hesitate before they admit someone is being cruel. By noon, Danny finally opened her phone, scrolled, and let out a short, sharp breath. "He sent me a message at 3 in the morning, she said. "What did it say?" I asked. She handed me the phone without a word. It was Evan, of course. It was written like a man trying to sound calm while twisting the knife. "I love you, but you and your mom really crossed a line last night. My parents were trying to welcome you. You made them look bad. Let's meet and talk privately. No third parties. No third parties." Like I was an outsider. Like Gloria was a problem. Like Danny needed to be isolated so the pressure could work better. I handed the phone back. "You don't meet him alone right now," I said gently. "Not until you know what he's capable of." Danny rubbed her forehead. "I don't even know what I want to do, Mom." I nodded. "Then today you do nothing big. You rest your mind. You go to work if you can. You keep your footing." She stood there, quiet, staring at the sink. Then she said, small and exhausted, "I hate that I still care what they think of me." I reached out and touched her shoulder. "That's not weakness. That's being human." She nodded, but she didn't look convinced. Around 2 o'clock, Danny went back to her house to check on things. She wanted to pick up some clothes, make sure everything was still secure, and if I'm being honest, she needed to see her space. She needed to feel like she still owned her own life. I went with her. We drove in silence. Not tense silence. Just the kind where you're both thinking the same thing but neither one wants to say it out loud. When we pulled onto her street, Danny slowed down. "There's that car again," she said quietly. A dark sedan, parked a little too neatly at the curb, engine off. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it belonged to a neighbor's friend. But the way Danny stared at it told me she was feeling watched. Gloria's words from yesterday ran through my head. Slow. Like they were checking. We parked in the driveway and walked up to the front door. Danny unlocked it, stepped inside, and paused like she was listening for something. The house was quiet. No trucks. No drilling. No measuring tape. But the air still felt unsettled, like a room after an argument. Danny walked straight to the mailbox slot inside the door, one of those little trays where letters fall when the mail carrier pushes them through. She picked up a stack of envelopes and flipped through them absent-mindedly. Then her hands stopped moving. Her eyes narrowed. "Mom," she said. I looked up. "What?" She held up a white envelope with bold print near the top. Homeowners Association. Notice of violation. My stomach tightened so fast it was like I'd swallowed a stone. Danny opened it with careful fingers, like the paper might cut her. She read silently at first. I watched her lips move as she processed the words. Then she read out loud, voice flat. Unapproved exterior work. Unregistered contractor activity. Potential violation of community standards. Please respond within 5 business days to avoid fines. Danny's face went pale. What exterior work? I didn't answer yet. I didn't want to lead her. I wanted her to connect it herself. She flipped the page. They're talking about equipment on the property, vehicles, disturbance. She looked up at me with a kind of disbelief. They reported the contractors. I nodded slowly. Looks like it. Her hands started to shake. But I didn't hire them. I know, I said. Danny pulled out another envelope. This one had a city seal. Department of Permits and AMP. Inspections. Inspection notice. Danny's breathing went shallow. Mom, she whispered. What is this? I took the letter gently from her hands and read it. It was official language. Scheduled inspection. Potential permit concern. Request for homeowner presence. Not accusing, but certainly not friendly. The kind of letter that turns your stomach even when you've done nothing wrong. Danny sat down on the edge of her couch like her legs stopped working. Oh my God, she said, voice shaking now. I'm going to get fined. This is going to be on record. My neighbors are going to think I'm. She stopped, swallowed hard. Like I'm trashy, she finished. That part hit different. In communities like this, especially when you're older or you've worked hard to build stability, reputation matters. Not because you're trying to impress people, but because you don't want to be the topic at the mail kiosk. You don't want to be the whispered story at the community meeting. And Danny, my daughter who keeps everything organized, who's never been late on rent in her life, who gets anxious if a dish sits in the sink overnight, she looked like she was about to fold under the weight of other people's mess. I sat beside her. Tranquila, mija, I said softly. Breathe. She gave a short laugh that wasn't funny. This is insane. It is, I agreed. But we're going to handle it. Danny stared at the letters again. How did this happen so fast? The contractors were here yesterday, and now. I didn't finish the thought for her. I let her mind do it. She lifted her eyes to mine. Do you think they did this? I paused. I wanted to be careful. I didn't want to accuse without proof. But I also didn't want to lie to my own child. I think, I said slowly, someone wanted you scared. Danny's lips pressed together. To make me sign something. I didn't have to confirm. The silence did it. Her phone buzzed again. Danny looked at the screen. And her face changed. It's Marcia, she whispered. I felt my jaw tighten. Already. Danny swallowed and answered on speaker because her hands were shaking too much to hold it. Marcia's voice came through bright and pleased, like she was calling about brunch. Danielle, sweetheart. I just wanted to check in. I know last night was emotional. Danny didn't respond right away. She glanced at me, then stared at the letters in her lap. Marcia continued, sweet as syrup. I'm sure you're overwhelmed. Wedding planning, emotions, moving, all of it. And now that house. It's a lot for a young woman to manage alone. Danny's voice came out thin. What do you want, Marcia? A small pause. Then Marcia did it. She slid the knife in gently. I heard, she said, there may be some HOA issues. My whole body went cold. Danny's eyes widened. How would you? Marcia spoke over her, quick. Oh, you know, people talk. Neighborhoods talk. But don't worry. Roy and I have dealt with HOA types before. We know how to handle them. Danny's voice rose slightly. Marcia, how did you hear about this? I just opened the letter. Another pause. The kind where a person decides whether to lie boldly or soften the truth. Marcia chose softness. Sweetheart, I'm just saying, this is exactly why families need structure. When everything is clear, when assets are protected and managed properly, problems like this don't spiral. Danny's hand clenched around the paper until it crinkled. Marcia went on, still calm. If you and Evan sign the agreement, it becomes easier for us to step in officially. We can speak to the HOA as the family representatives. We can help you handle inspections. We can smooth this out. There it was. Not concern. An offer. Like a loan shark offering help after your tire mysteriously goes flat. Danny's voice shook with anger now. I'm not signing anything. Marsha's sweetness thinned. Danielle, don't be stubborn. You're turning everything into a fight. Danny stared at the inspection notice in her lap. This isn't a fight. This is my life. Marsha sighed dramatically. Fine. If you want to do things the hard way, do them the hard way. But don't come crying when the HOA starts charging you fines. Those people can be ruthless. Danny's eyes filled then, not with sadness, but with stress, pure stress. Stop threatening me. I'm not threatening, Marsha snapped. I'm warning. There's a difference. I leaned forward and spoke for the first time, voice steady, controlled. Marsha, I said, stop calling my daughter when she's distressed. All communication goes through writing now. Marsha went quiet for a beat. Then she said coldly, oh, so you're still running things. I didn't raise my voice. No. I'm preventing you from manipulating her. Goodbye. And I ended the call. Danny stared at her phone like she couldn't believe I actually hung up. Then she whispered. She knew. I nodded slowly. She knew. Danny's breathing was fast. She looked around her own living room like it didn't feel like hers anymore. I can't do this, she whispered. I can't live like I'm being chased. I put my hand over hers on the crumpled letter. You won't, I said. We're going to handle this professionally. Danny swallowed. What do we do first? I took the HOA notice from her hands and smoothed it on the coffee table. We document, I said. We respond in writing. We call Diane. And we call Gloria, because if they're playing neighborhood games, we're not playing alone. Danny nodded, but her eyes stayed fixed on one line in the HOA letter, potential fines. And as I watched her stare at those words, it hit me like a quiet truth. They couldn't get her signature with romance. They couldn't get it with family pressure. So now they were trying to get it with fear. After those HOA letters showed up, time started moving in a strange way. Hours felt heavy. Minutes felt sharp. Danny couldn't focus. She'd pick up her phone, put it down, walk to the window, then back to the couch like she was waiting for something else to drop. And I couldn't blame her. When you've done everything right, worked hard, kept your credit clean, bought a home carefully, and then someone tries to drag you into chaos, it feels personal. Like the universe singled you out. That night, we spread the letters on my kitchen table like they were test results. HOA notice. City inspection notice. Timeline. Respond within 5 business days. Potential fines. Unapproved contractor activity. Danny kept tapping one line with her finger, over and over. The word fines. I didn't even do anything, she said, voice tight. I didn't hire anyone. I didn't authorize anything. And now I'm the one getting punished. I poured her more tea. That's how these situations work, I said quietly. The person with the most to lose gets pressured first. Gloria came by after dinner, still in her house slippers, hair wrapped, carrying a little notebook like she was headed to a PTA meeting. I called my HOA friend, she said, walking straight in like family. She told me something interesting. Danny's head snapped up. What? Gloria sat down, opened her notebook, and read from it like she'd taken minutes. Complaint came in fast, she said. Not unusual. But it was specific. Mentioned contractor trucks. Mentioned possible exterior work. Mentioned community disturbance. That's not a random neighbor seeing a van and getting annoyed. That's someone describing a plan. Danny's eyes widened. So they planned the complaint. Gloria raised a hand. I'm not saying I can prove who. I'm saying the complaint reads like someone knew exactly what to point at. I watched Danny's face harden, little by little. Not into rage. Into something cleaner. Clarity. I said, we're calling Diane. Diane answered on the first ring this time, like she'd been expecting us. "Tell me what came in," she said. I read the letters out loud. Danny added details, dates, the contractors, the timeline. Diane was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Okay. Here's what we do." She didn't sound panicked. She sounded practical. And that mattered. "We respond in writing," Diane said. "We state clearly, the homeowner did not authorize contractors. The activity was unauthorized and stopped immediately, and we are cooperating. We request documentation of the complaint and any photos. We ask for reasonable resolution with no fines given lack of homeowner involvement." Danny swallowed. Will they believe me? Diane didn't sugarcoat it. HOAs believe paperwork. So we give them paperwork. Gloria nodded like she approved. Diane continued, "And for the city inspection, we show up. Prepared. We explain the same. We provide proof that no work was completed. We document everything." Danny's shoulders dropped a little, like she'd been holding them up by force. "Okay." Then Diane's tone shifted slightly. Not scared. Just attentive. "And Danny," she said, "I want you to email Evan. Not call. Email. Keep it short. State that he and his family are not authorized to enter your property, hire contractors, or make changes. Any further attempts will be treated formally." Danny stared at the table. "That sounds harsh." "That sounds accurate," Diane corrected gently. "This isn't a relationship conversation. This is a boundary conversation." Danny nodded, slow. "Okay." After we got off the phone, Danny opened her laptop and drafted the email with my hand resting lightly on her shoulder. Not because I needed to control her, because she needed to feel supported while she did something that felt uncomfortable. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard. "What do I say?" she asked. I kept it simple. "Say, Evan, you and your family are not authorized to enter my home, hire contractors, or initiate any changes. All communication moving forward must be in writing. Do not contact my neighbors or the HOA on my behalf." Danny typed, then paused. "That feels cold." I looked at her. Cold is better than confused. She hit send. Then she sat back like she'd just done something brave. For a while, the house was quiet except for the soft sound of her laptop fan. Then her phone buzzed. Evan. A text, not an email. Danny read it once, then handed it to me without speaking. "Why are you treating me like a stranger? My parents are freaking out. You're making this worse. We need to talk, in person." I handed the phone back. Gloria snorted. "Of course he wants in person. Harder to document." Danny's lips pressed together. "I don't want to see him." "Then don't," I said. She nodded. But I could tell she was still caught in that painful place between love and reality. Between who she thought he was and what he was doing. 2 days later, Evan called again, this time from a different number. Danny didn't answer. He left a voicemail. We played it on speaker. His voice was softer than his text, like he'd put on the reasonable man costume again. "Danny, please. My parents are embarrassed. They feel attacked. I feel attacked. We need to reset. Can we just meet at the rehearsal planning meeting? The church hall? Just show everyone we're okay." I watched Danny's face. She looked tired, but there was something else now, wariness. "There's no rehearsal planning meeting," she said, confused. "We haven't planned anything at the church." Gloria's eyebrows lifted. "Interesting." Evan left a second voicemail an hour later, even more specific. "Saturday at 4. Pastor Reynolds said we can use the community room. My dad wants to say a few words. It'll be good for everyone. My daughter's father wants to say a few words." Danny listened, then stared at her phone like it had insulted her. "What is this?" she whispered. I didn't answer right away. I didn't want to plant fear. But I also wasn't going to pretend. It sounds like they're trying to create a public moment, I said. Danny's eyes filled, but she blinked it back. Why do they keep doing things in front of people? Gloria leaned back in her chair and said, calm as ever, because witnesses can be weapons if you control the story. Danny looked down. I don't want to go. I took her hand. Then we don't go. But Danny was quiet for a long time. Then she said, if I don't go, they'll say I'm unstable. They'll say I'm hiding. They'll tell people she swallowed. The problem. That's the trap. Older women know it. The fear of being painted as difficult, as dramatic, as the reason things fall apart. I squeezed her hand. If we go, I said, we go prepared. We don't argue. We don't perform. We just listen and we document. Danny nodded once. Okay. Saturday came. Cold wind, grey sky, the kind of day that makes everything look more serious than it is. We drove to the church community room, a plain space with folding chairs, a little stage, a microphone stand, and a long table set up with store-bought cookies and 2 big aluminum trays of food. The room smelled like coffee and cleaning spray. That familiar community center smell. When we walked in, my stomach dropped. There were more people than there should have been. Not just close family. Friends. A couple older church ladies I recognized. Even a neighbor or two. People milling around with paper plates like this was a celebration. It wasn't. It was a setup. Evan stood near the front, wearing a button-down shirt and that careful smile again. His eyes looked tired, but when he saw Danny, he brightened like the performance had started. Hey, he said softly, stepping toward her. Thank you for coming. Danny didn't step into him. She didn't hug. She just nodded. Roy and Marcia were there too. Roy in a blazer like he was heading to a meeting, Marcia in a neat sweater set with pearls like she was going to be photographed. Derek and Kelsey were off to the side, whispering. Kelsey's phone was in her hand, of course. Gloria leaned toward me and murmured, Baby, I see at least 3 phones up. I didn't look around. I didn't need to. I felt them. We sat in the back row, Danny between me and Gloria, like a quiet wall of support around her. Pastor Reynolds, an older man with kind eyes, took the front and smiled, trying to keep it warm. Thank you all for coming, he said. We're here to support Evan and Danielle as they prepare for marriage. Danny's jaw tightened slightly at the word marriage. Pastor Reynolds spoke about unity, respect, forgiveness. Normal church talk. He meant well. But I could feel Roy waiting, like a man waiting for his turn on the mic at a town meeting. Then Pastor Reynolds said, Roy, I understand you wanted to share something? Roy stood immediately. He walked up front with confidence, took the microphone in his hand, and tested it with a little tap like he'd done this before. The room quieted. People smiled politely. Some leaned in. Roy looked straight at Danny. First, he said, voice strong, I want to say we love you, Danielle. You're joining our family, and we want to do this the right way. Danny didn't react. She just sat still, hands folded in her lap. Roy continued. There's been confusion. And in times like this, the best thing families can do is bring clarity. My chest tightened. That word again. Clarity. Their favorite. Roy lifted a folder, thicker than the first one, with tabs sticking out. And I watched Danny's shoulders tense like she recognized the shape of a trap. Roy said, We've prepared documents to protect everyone. To prevent misunderstandings. To ensure the home Danielle will live in serves the family properly. I heard a few murmurs of approval from the older ladies in the room. People like hearing words like protect and ensure. People like thinking they're witnessing responsible adults. Roy's eyes stayed locked on Danny. With these documents, he said, we'll be placing the home into the Whitmore Family Trust. Danny's head snapped up. I felt her body go rigid beside me. The room went silent in that stunned churchroom way, like people didn't know whether to breathe or gasp. Roy kept talking, like he was announcing a fundraiser, so that it's safeguarded as a marital asset and properly overseen by family representatives. No more confusion. No more outside interference. Outside interference. That was me. That was Diane. That was Gloria. That was Danny's independence. Danny's lips parted, but no sound came out. Her eyes moved quickly around the room, taking in faces, curious, sympathetic, confused. She looked like someone who'd just been pushed onto a stage without rehearsal. Evan stood near the front, eyes down, jaw tight. Not stopping it. Not defending her. Just letting it happen. And that was the mini reveal I didn't need words for. Evan didn't just fail to protect Danny. He agreed with this. Roy turned slightly, smiling, and said, "After we finish here, we'll have Danielle sign. Just a simple step forward. Then we can all focus on the wedding with peace." Danny's hands started trembling in her lap. I reached into my purse, slow and steady, and my fingers touched the edge of a sealed envelope Diane had prepared, something I hadn't wanted to use, but I'd brought anyway. Gloria leaned toward me and whispered, barely audible, "Now." I stood up. Not fast. Not dramatic. Just up. The chairs creaked behind me. A few heads turned. Roy paused mid-sentence, surprised, like no one had ever interrupted him in a room like this. I held the envelope in my hand at my side. And Danny turned her face toward me, eyes wide, a silent question in her expression. "Mom, what are you about to do?" I took one slow step forward toward the aisle, feeling every eye in that room. Then I lifted my chin, steady as I could be, and said, "Roy, you need to stop. Roy, you need to stop." My voice didn't crack. I didn't shout. I didn't add a speech to it. I just said it like I meant it. The room went so quiet I could hear the low hum of the old heater kicking on. You know that sound, air moving through vents, a faint rattle like the building is clearing its throat. Roy froze with the microphone still in his hand. His eyes narrowed like he couldn't believe a woman my age had the nerve to interrupt him in front of church people. Marsha's head snapped toward me, pearls catching the overhead light. Evan's face tightened, and for the first time that day, he looked scared, not for Danny, but for himself. Pastor Reynolds shifted where he stood. He looked confused, then concerned, the way pastors do when they realize they've accidentally hosted something that isn't spiritual at all. I took one slow step down the aisle. Danny stayed seated, but her eyes followed me like she was holding her breath. Roy tried to smile, the public one. "Renee," he said into the microphone, like he was welcoming me to speak. "We're in the middle of something." "I know," I said, still calm. "And that's the problem." A few people shifted in their chairs. Somebody in the second row let out a small nervous laugh that died immediately. Roy's smile tightened. "This is family business." I nodded once. "Then keep it in the family. Don't put it on a microphone." That landed. You could feel it. Because deep down, people know when something's being staged. Roy's mouth opened like he was going to clap back, but Pastor Reynolds stepped forward gently. "Roy," the pastor said, voice soft but firm, "let's slow down. Danielle looks distressed." Roy held the microphone closer to his chest like it was his right. "We're trying to resolve." "No," I said, cutting in, not loud, just clean. "You're trying to secure signatures." That word, signatures, moved through the room like a draft. People started looking at each other. A couple of those older ladies stopped smiling. Marsha spoke up from her seat, voice sweet again. "Renee, please. You're embarrassing everyone." I didn't even look at her. I kept my eyes on Roy. I reached into my purse and pulled out the sealed envelope Diane had prepared. It wasn't dramatic. It was plain white paper with a law firm letterhead stamped on the corner. I held it up, just enough for people to see there was something official about it. "This," I said, "is a written notice from legal counsel." Roy's eyes flickered. For a half-second, the confidence slipped. Then he recovered. "Oh, come on," he scoffed. "Lawyers? Renee, this is ridiculous." I didn't move. "It's not ridiculous to protect my daughter." Pastor Reynolds blinked, clearly uncomfortable. "Renee, maybe we should take this privately." I turned to him, softening my tone because he hadn't done anything wrong. "Pastor, with respect, they made it public first. They invited people. They set up phones. They put it on a microphone." I glanced around then, quick, and I saw at least 2 phones angled toward the front. One in Kelsey's hand, of course. Another perched on a chair arm like someone had been recording quietly. Gloria saw it too. She stood and said, calm as ever, "If we're here for unity, we don't need recordings. Put the phones away." Kelsey's face tightened. "It's just, put it away," Gloria repeated, not louder, just sharper. Kelsey lowered her phone, annoyed, but she didn't argue, because she knew she'd get judged if she did. Roy lifted the microphone again, trying to regain control. "This isn't necessary. We're trying to protect Danielle. She's marrying my son. That house is not yours," Danny said suddenly. Her voice wasn't loud, but it cut clean through the room. Every head turned. Danny stood up slowly from the back row, hands trembling just slightly at her sides. She didn't walk forward. She stayed where she was, but she held herself straighter than I'd seen her in days. Roy stared at her like he couldn't believe she'd spoken. Danny swallowed and continued, voice steadier now. "You keep saying the house, like it belongs to you. It doesn't. It belongs to me." Roy's jaw worked. "Once you're married." Danny shook her head. "Stop. Stop using marriage like a weapon." That made a few people murmur. Not in support exactly, more like discomfort. Like the room had finally realized this wasn't a premarital blessing meeting. This was pressure. Evan stepped forward quickly, trying to sound gentle. "Danny, babe, please, this is getting messy." Danny looked at him, and something in her face changed. Not anger. Not tears. Just disappointment. "You brought me here," she said. "You didn't warn me. You didn't stop them. You let them talk about putting my home into their trust like it was normal." Evan's mouth opened. "No," Danny said quietly. "Don't." Roy's voice rose. "This trust is a standard family protection. It ensures the home is managed responsibly." I stepped closer to the front and held the envelope out toward Pastor Reynolds. "Pastor," I said, still calm, "would you be willing to hold this for a moment?" He hesitated, then took it with both hands like it was heavier than paper. Roy's eyes narrowed. "What is that?" "It's a formal notice," I said. "It states that Danielle will not be signing any trust documents, any co-signer agreements, or any contracts presented by the Whitmore family. It also states that no member of the Whitmore family has authorization to enter her property, hire contractors, contact her HOA, or represent her in any capacity." Marcia shot to her feet, face flushing. "That's a lie. We never contacted." I turned my head slightly toward her. "Marcia, you told Danielle you heard about HOA issues before she even finished reading the letter." A hush fell. Marcia's mouth opened, then closed. Pastor Reynolds looked down at the envelope like he wished it could disappear. Roy tried to scoff it off again, but his eyes were sharper now. "This is intimidation." I didn't blink. "No. This is boundaries." Danny's hands were shaking more now, but she didn't sit down. She stayed standing. Roy lifted the mic like he was going to speak over us, and Pastor Reynolds gently placed a hand on the microphone stand. "Roy," the pastor said, firmer this time, "we are not signing legal documents in this room." Roy's face hardened. He leaned closer. Pastor, with respect. Respect goes both ways, Pastor Reynolds replied. And Danielle looks like she's being pressured. That was the moment the room fully turned. Not into a mob. Not into chaos. Just people's faces shifting from supportive gathering to this feels wrong. One older woman in the second row, someone I recognized from church events, whispered to her friend, loud enough for a few people to hear, "Why are they talking about her house like that?" Roy heard it. You could see it in his eyes. And when Roy feels control slipping, he gets louder. "Danielle," he said into the microphone, voice booming now, "you're making a huge mistake. You're letting your mother poison you against the family you're marrying into." Danny flinched at the volume, but she didn't back down. "My mother didn't poison me," she said, voice firm. "You revealed yourselves." Marcia stepped forward, voice trembling with anger. "After everything we've done, after we welcomed you." "You didn't welcome me," Danny said. "You tried to manage me." Evan's face went pale. "Danny, please. We can talk. Just not like this." Danny looked at him like she was seeing him clearly for the first time. Like the last bit of hope had finally run out. "I did talk," she said softly. "I talked for months. I swallowed things that made me uncomfortable because I didn't want conflict. I tried to be kind." Her voice shook now, but she kept going. "And you took my kindness as permission." Evan's eyes filled, whether from shame or panic, I couldn't tell. "I love you." Danny nodded once, like she believed he believed it. "Maybe you do," she said. "But you love your parents' approval more. And you love the idea of what my life can do for you." That made Evan flinch like he'd been slapped. Roy barked a laugh into the mic. "Oh, listen to this." Pastor Reynolds took the microphone out of Roy's hand. Just like that. Calm, but decisive. "We're done," the pastor said. "This is not appropriate." Roy's mouth dropped open. He looked around, stunned, like he couldn't believe anyone had the nerve to stop him. Marcia's voice rose, sharp and desperate. "You're all turning on us because of her mother." A man in the back, someone I didn't know, stood up and said, uncomfortable but honest, "Ma'am, it's not because of her mother. It's because you're talking about taking her house." Silence again. And in that silence, Danny did something so small, so simple, it broke my heart in the best way. She reached up to her finger. And she slid the ring off. Not with drama. Not with a flourish. Just slipped it off like removing something that no longer fit. She held it out toward Evan. Her hand trembled, but her voice didn't. "I'm done," she said. Evan stared at the ring like he didn't understand what it meant. "Danny," he whispered. She didn't raise her voice. "Don't follow me. Don't contact me. All communication goes through writing." Evan's eyes darted to his parents, like he wanted them to rescue him. Roy looked furious. Marcia looked like she might collapse from rage. But Danny didn't look at them anymore. She walked past the chairs, down the aisle, toward the door. I stepped aside to let her pass, then followed. Gloria followed too, steady as a shadow. Behind us, the room buzzed softly. People whispering, shifting, trying to process what they'd just witnessed. No shouting. Just that thick, uncomfortable awareness that something real had happened. At the door, Danny paused and turned back one last time. Her gaze landed on Roy, then Marcia, then Evan. And she said, quiet and clear, "You don't get to take my life apart because you wanted access to it." Then she opened the door and walked out into the cold air. I followed her into the parking lot, my chest tight but my head clear. Because I knew what was coming next. Calls, texts, blame, stories. But I also knew something else. For the first time, my daughter had chosen herself in front of witnesses. And nobody could rewrite that. The parking lot air was cold enough to sting my cheeks. Danny walked fast, like a body finally understood it needed distance more than it needed answers. Gloria stayed close on her other side, steady and quiet, like she'd done this before with someone she loved. I was right behind them, my purse heavy on my shoulder, my chest tight the way it gets when something big is over but your nerves haven't gotten the memo yet. We were halfway to the car when I heard Evan call out, "Danny, wait." It wasn't a yell. It wasn't a sob. It was the same tone he'd been using for weeks. Urgent, pleading, like if he sounded reasonable enough the world would rearrange itself back into his favor. Danny didn't turn around. Evan jogged toward us anyway, and I saw Pastor Reynolds moving behind him with that careful, firm walk pastors use when they're about to stop a fight without making it a fight. "Evan," the pastor said, low and serious, "let her go." Evan's eyes were shiny. His face was flushed. He looked like a man who'd been embarrassed in a room full of witnesses and didn't know whether to blame his parents or the woman who refused to bend. Danny finally turned, just a little, not to engage, just to end it clean. "I said don't follow me," she told him. Her voice was quiet, but it wasn't weak. "You heard me." Evan's jaw worked. "Danny, please. That was my dad being dramatic. You know how he is." That line, "you know how he is," used to be the excuse that kept Danny swallowing her instincts. I watched her face when he said it. She didn't soften. She didn't argue. She just looked tired. "You mean," she said, "the way you are when you let him speak for you." Evan flinched like that landed somewhere deep. "I love you," he said again, like it was a password that should unlock the door back to her life. Danny held his gaze for a second, then shook her head slowly. "That's not love," she said. "That's attachment. And entitlement." His eyes darted toward me, like he wanted to blame me out loud. Like he wanted to say, "Your mother did this." But Pastor Reynolds was standing right there now, calm and firm. "Evan," he said, "I'm going to ask you to stop. Danielle has made herself clear." Evan's shoulders slumped. He looked down at the ring in his hand like it was suddenly heavy. "Danny," he whispered, "you're really doing this?" Danny nodded once. "Yes." Not cruel. Not dramatic. Just yes. Then she turned, got into the car, and shut the door. The sound was clean and final. Gloria got in too, and I slid into the passenger seat because my knees were a little shaky and I didn't feel like pretending I was fine. Danny sat behind the wheel for a moment, breathing shallow, staring straight ahead. I didn't talk. I didn't rush her. I just placed my hand on her forearm, light. She covered my hand with hers for half a second. Then she drove. We didn't speak much on the way home. The road lights blurred softly through the windshield. The whole city looked normal, which always feels strange when your personal world just cracked open in public. At home, Danny went straight to the couch and curled up with a blanket. Not like a child. Like a woman whose body finally stopped performing strength. Gloria walked into my kitchen like she lived there, filled a glass of water, and set it on the table in front of Danny. "Drink," Gloria said. Danny took a sip. Her hands shook. Then she said, voice small and raw, "I feel like I can't breathe." I sat beside her and kept my voice low. "That's the adrenaline leaving. Your body's catching up to what your mind already decided." Danny swallowed and looked down. I didn't think it would end like that. I exhaled slowly. None of us ever do. Her phone buzzed. She stared at the screen. Evan. Then another buzz. Marsha. Then a blocked call. Then another from an unknown number. Gloria raised her eyebrows. They're going to try the many doors strategy. Danny gave a short, broken laugh. The what? Knock everywhere until something opens, Gloria said. Don't open. I reached for Danny's phone gently. Baby, let's do this clean. We muted unknown callers. We turned off message previews. We saved every voicemail. And then I did what I should have done sooner. I called Diane. Diane answered like she'd been waiting for me to stop holding my breath. It happened, I said. Diane didn't ask for drama. Is Danny safe? She's here, I replied. She ended it publicly. There was a short pause, then Diane said, "Okay. Then we finish the legal part. Tonight." Diane emailed us a short script, and Danny copied it into a calm, simple message. Do not contact me directly. Do not come to my home or workplace. All communication must go through counsel. Any further attempts to intimidate or harass will be documented. Danny read it before sending, her eyes scanning each line like she was stepping into a new version of herself. "Is this too harsh?" she asked. I shook my head. "It's not harsh. It's clear." She hit send. For the first time that day, her shoulders dropped. Not because the problem was gone, because she'd stopped negotiating with people who didn't deserve negotiation. The next morning, we drove to Danny's house. She wanted to change the locks. Not out of paranoia, out of sanity. The contractors had gotten inside once. That was enough. Gloria came too, because Gloria is the kind of friend who doesn't just say, "Call me if you need anything." She shows up. A locksmith arrived, friendly and brisk, and swapped everything in under an hour. Danny stood by the door watching like she was relearning what safety felt like. After the locksmith left, Danny walked through her house slowly. She checked windows. She checked the back patio door. She looked at her kitchen cabinets like they'd personally betrayed her. Then she sat at the table and rubbed her face. "Mom," she said quietly, "I feel stupid all over again." I sat across from her. "Why?" "Because part of me still wants him to send a message that makes it all make sense," she admitted. Like he'll finally say the right thing." I leaned forward a little. "Mija, people don't suddenly become different when they're losing access. They become more themselves." Gloria nodded. "Exactly." Danny stared down at her hands. Then my phone buzzed. "Diane." I answered. "Renee," Diane said, "I need you to sit down." My stomach tightened. "I'm sitting," I said, even though I was standing. Diane's voice stayed calm, but serious. Someone attempted to initiate a preliminary filing related to a trust vehicle. Not completed, but initiated. They used language that suggests they were preparing for you to voluntarily transfer the property. Danny's head snapped up. "What?" I put Diane on speaker. Diane continued, "They can't force it without Danny's signature. But I want you to understand this. They weren't just talking about the trust. They were preparing the pathway." Danny went very still. Gloria muttered under her breath, "Lord." Danny's voice came out thin. "So the church meeting wasn't about peace. It was about signing." "Yes," Diane said. "And now that Danny refused publicly, they'll likely pivot. They may try reputation damage. They may try workplace contact. You need to be prepared." Danny swallowed. "What do we do?" Diane gave Danny steps like she was laying out a simple recipe. 1. Freeze credit, temporary, and set alerts. 2. Send formal notice to Evan and his parents. No contact, no third-party contact, no workplace contact. 3. If they show up anywhere, document and call authorities. 4. For the HOA, respond immediately with Diane's drafted letter plus proof contractors were unauthorized and removed. Then Diane added, "And Danny, you don't have to be brave alone. You just have to be consistent." After the call, Danny sat in silence for a long time. Finally she whispered, "They were